Good morning. I am so happy to be here with you today. And I'm particularly honored to be talking to nurses because I'm a former nurse myself. I'm here to share with you my passion, which is the passion for the power of audacious joy through 3 life-changing principles. It's easy. There's only 3. And here they are. It's live kindness. Embrace self-responsibility. And shift for success. Wouldn't it be nice if we could put all those words together and it would make another word? And I think that's called an acronym, though I'm not really sure if I'm saying it right. But if you can think of how to put those together to make that, would you tell me after? Because wouldn't that be awesome? I could put that on my website. Anyway, audacious joy. You may say to me, Anne-Louise, what is audacious joy? So I'm going to tell you what I think, what I have experienced, what I have learned, and what I continue to learn. Audacious joy is courageous joy. It's fearless joy, no matter what. It's joy by choice. In your personal life, it may be the time you see a baby being born. Maybe it's even your child. It may be the sad joy of holding your father's hand when he's dying and you know you're not going to see him again. I had that experience. It may be the joy of saying, yoo-hoo, I can do it. I sang a song in front of 1,000 people. Or 2, or my kids. At work, it may be the joy of knowing that you're helping people right here at this hospital. The joy of knowing that you're saving people's lives. The joy of knowing that you are living your passion by serving people. It may be the deep joy you get from knowing that by doing this work here at this hospital, you can feed your family and take care of your kids. It's a really deep feeling. Actually, if you read the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, he talks about just this kind of thing. Live kindness. Seems fairly simple, doesn't it? I always thought that. I mean, when you're kids, you're taught about kindness. Your grandmother teaches you about kindness. Your church teaches you about kindness. Your parents teach you about kindness. Everybody says, be nice to your friends. Be nice to this person. In our family, we're kind. But what does it really mean below that? These are the things I'm learning about. Harold Kushner said, and Harold Kushner, by the way, you may remember, is the author of When Good Things Happen to Bad People. No, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. I always get that wrong. And lots more books. He has another recent book. I can't remember the name of it, but you might remember that book. He says, when you're kind to other people, you're kind to yourself, and you change the world. I mean, isn't that incredible when you think about it? Just that thing, live kindness. So what does it mean at a deeper level? And before I tell you what it means at a deeper level in my mind, I want to tell you this for everything I'm talking about today. These are things that I have been learning along the way. These are things that you never get perfectly. I don't think, or at least I don't. These are things that I'm always trying and failing and trying and failing, and you move 1 step ahead and 1 step back and 2 steps ahead and 1 step back, and eventually you move down the path. So I just want you to know that I am in no way telling you this because I think that I know how to do that perfectly. In fact, you don't have to be perfect to be wonderful, which is something I learned that has made a huge difference in my life. I don't have to be perfect to be wonderful. You don't have to be perfect to be wonderful. So here's kindness at a deeper level. Something I tell children when I'm working with children. You can be nice to people you don't like. Now, you may think, oh, that's just an ordinary thing, but think about it. How often are we not nice to people that we don't like? At least I know that I am like that sometimes. How often do we judge people in our own minds because they're not like us? We think we're being nice because we're smiling, but that judging thought is going round and round and round and round. How often do we think we don't have to be nice to them if they're not like us or we don't like them? I don't know about for you guys, but for me, it can be quite a lot. Here's the thing, though. When you get that awareness, you start to think that, and maybe you might think it for a day, maybe you might think it for a week, but then the awareness kicks in and you step backwards and say, no, I don't want to be like that anymore. I can be kind to this person even if I don't like them. It's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for me not to think everybody should be like me or everybody should like me, You know what I mean? But in fact, some people don't. Hard to imagine, but it's true. So being kind to people that you don't even like. Little kids, I tell them, you can sit next to her even if she's not your best friend. Because you know how they say, oh, I don't want to sit next to her. She's not my best friend. Oh, she can't be in line with me. She's not my best friend. Well, she can sit next to you even if she's not your best friend. You can be kind to her even if she's not your best friend. You could even talk to her. How about that? So there's just one little tip for you. I'm going to give you a lot of little tips along the way. None of them are particularly difficult in themselves. Principle number 2 is embrace self-responsibility or self-accountability. Principle number 1, you remember, live kindness. Principle number 2, embrace self-accountability. Now, I have to tell you, this was a really hard one for me. Even though I was a psychiatric nurse, I went to school and did a degree in psychology, I learned all about these things. For me, this was kind of hard because really what I wanted was for somebody else to do it for me. I didn't want to be responsible for myself in deeper ways. Oh yes, for my actions like, doing my homework or studying or going to my job, but not in deeper ways. In fact, sometimes there's a little piece of a 2-year-old in me who likes to say, I don't want to do it myself. I want you to do it for me. Ever feel like that? Now when I feel like that, I just say, I don't want to do it myself. And I stamp up and down like a 2-year-old, and then I feel better, and then I go ahead and do it. So it's being responsible for yourself, for your feelings, not just your actions, and for the way you act to other people. It's like the no judging thing. That's part of being accountable for your own actions, for your own self, not judging other people. Being a victim, that's a way that you don't take care of yourself, and that's a way that you're not responsible for yourself, because then it's always everybody else's fault. And wouldn't that be just much nicer sometimes to make it their fault? Or it's always them that are doing the bad things, not us. Something that I've had to really accept and embrace is that I am them, and they are me. And I've heard those words before, but when you think about that in a deeper way, what does that really mean? It means perhaps finding a way to connect with people who you don't agree with. Because if you can't make that connection, then you never have a conversation. And if you don't have a conversation, nothing changes. So how do you find those connecting pieces between you and the other people, so that you can learn what they're really about? Because here's what I really think, at the bottom layer of it all, we all, no matter what religion we are, no matter what country we come from, no matter what we're doing or saying, what we all really want, we want to be loved, we want to be accepted, we want food for ourselves and our families, we want a place to live for ourselves and our families, we want to be safe. And that's what we all want. So part of embracing self-responsibility is embracing the other, I think.